Now we're ready for the next step. So we are going to be using the 2 crimping beads, the split ring, and 4 more seed beads. Once you have the 2 on the outside and the 1 on the inner 2, you're going to take these 4, and we're not crimping anything, we're not doing anything, I'm just going to take these 4 pieces together, and I am going to, and this is where it might be nice to have your needle nose pliers, because I like to hold the crimp bead, so you can see I'm holding it like this so I can see the opening, and I am going to very carefully, and the other thing that happens with this, so this is kind of tricky, this is the hardest part of making the bracelet, quite honestly. This is the hardest part. I'm going to take my scissors, and because these are all different lengths right now, it might make it harder to go through the seed beads. So I'm just going to trim the end so that I can try and get all of my lengths to be kind of the same. And then if I hold that and pinch that, let's try this again, I can thread everything through. So I now have my seed bead on all 4 of those threads. So I'm going to do that side. I found that a lot easier. So I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to bring all of these so that they're all kind of towards the end. And I'm noticing these are all kind of already matching. So I'm going to pick up my crimping bead and I'm going to try and thread everything through. It's being a stinker. I think I got out of all of that, I only got 1 through. So patience is key here. Don't get impatient. Just keep working at it. There we go. I think I got it. I think. Did I do it? Nope. I have 1 out. So, you know, if 1 falls out or 2, you may need to do 1 at a time, and that's okay. But you want to get all 4 of them in the crimping bead, and then you're going to run the crimping bead down. Then the next thing you're going to do is you are going to add your split ring. So add your split ring to the side. I'm now going to go ahead and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to add my 4 seed beads. So again, sometimes I find it easier, and I'm going to go in here. I'm actually going to trim this down yet again. And notice that when I trim it, I'm not losing, because if I let go of this, they're going to get different lengths again. So I'm just going to try and kind of thread that through. So there's 1, 2, this is where your young eyesight works really well for you, and not so much for me. 3, I'd suggest kind of pushing them down so they don't come off, and then 4. But notice I didn't get 1 of them on there, so I'm just going to I'm going to let those 3 go down, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to pick the one that didn't get through, and I'm going to thread that through the bead. So that is your next step. You're threading your crimping bead. So you see the crimping bead? You've got the crimping bead on both sides. Let's see if I can show this. It's kind of wanting to stick to the beads. You have 2, 1, 2, 1, your crimping bead here, your split ring, and your 4 beads over there. In fact, I almost maybe would suggest, now that I think about it, put your split ring on the same side as you have your other beads. So I would go back and do that. And there we go. So it should make it look like this. Okay? So that's a pretty easy fix. Okay? So jump ring on this side, jump ring, split ring, 4 beads. Go ahead and do that, and then we'll show you the next step.